How you guys doing? My name's Alan. I'm gonna be doing my week 2 JMC 560 video journal, Emotions in the Digital World. It'll be on chapter 2. We're gonna do emotions and technological affordances. I want to get into the emotions aspect of this article because I'm very excited about that. However, I'm going to be giving a brief summary on what affordances are. So affordances are just aspects of technology that give it, make it evolve. So the 4 affordances that we're going to use for this one are the interactiveness of technology, the personalization, the accessibility, and the visibility. Now the interactiveness has to deal with how much a human being can do on their phone. The exact definition is the number of functions available to be manipulated by the user, such as clicking and scrolling. I like to just think back real quick. Right now you can, on your phone, smartphone, I could pull out my phone. I could do pretty much almost anything in the entire world that I wanted to. I can even make money on my phone. I could look at articles. I could watch a movie. I could text. There's so many different things you could do, when in the past a phone was for calling, texting. That's it. You wanted to go use the internet, go to your computer that you bought too. Next part, personalization. Personalization is also another word for customization. I do want to get into this later. I think personalization could be possibly ruining technology to an extent. One of the reasons, well, I'll get into that later. Personalization, customized lock screen, customized ringtone, product suggestions from Amazon, Netflix TV show recommendations, all of that is personalized. Accessibility, moving on. Accessibility is the extent in which the technology is available. So the capability of using a channel regardless of time and place. That's pretty much just, if you have connection signal in your phone, you can call and do whatever you want. You don't have to be limited to a certain area, like a phone booth. Phones were plugged into walls. You couldn't, you can only stay in that area. Now you can, take a train from LA to San Francisco, still be on the phone with the same person. No problems there. Last is visibility, and this is the extent that they can be seen. The book goes into certain examples. I like to give an example of just a simple Apple Watch. Usually when you're on your phone text messaging, this only goes back to like 2010, not way far back, but you'd open your phone, there's your text. Now you can have an Apple Watch, you can have an AirPod in, and I'm an iPhone guy, so that's what I'm saying. I'm sure there's various technologies for other Samsung or other companies, but it's just devices that which you can see your text. You don't even have to have your phone on you. I could leave my phone at home and I could somehow see your text message. Now, what I wanted to get into, all of that by far is good. They did research in this article and with people and said that their morals and their morality was up. Now, one example that I want to get into is that I think people are going to be too reliant on their technology. That's what this is doing. By far, it's advancing us, but it's de-advancing us as well. And that's my opinion. So, the personalization aspect. I used to use Pandora. I used to just have a Pandora, press the rock genre, boom, I had, hours of music. When I got Spotify, I could make a playlist rather than just listen to a certain, radio show or the radio. Even just listening to the radio, you can't choose your song. I mean, that's just one example is a playlist. And in this article, they touch on that in 2014, they did a study where people recall losing their smartphones. They interviewed people about losing their smartphones. And the consensus was a small minority of users experienced relief when they were unearthed from their devices. I take a toy away from my brother and he starts crying and throwing a fit, when I could get another toy. Now, he's a baby, I understand that. Some people will lose their phone and think it's the end of the world. It's like I lost, it's like a drug. I lost my cigarette. Help me. And all these affordances are pushing it on on the emotional aspect of people, and technology, you know, it helps, but there's also a downside to it. I want to add on that they put at the end of this that all the study, it was everything that was written during the pandemic, COVID-19. So people became increasingly reliant on their digital devices rather than shading away from it. So, anyways, that's pretty much what I got. The 4 affordances on technology, where they been, and yeah, thanks guys.